enjoy some viral video game facts. Make sure if you are new here that you click the subscribe button down below to be notified of new videos, as well as hitting the notification bell to make sure that you are notified when new videos are uploaded. Let's get started with some viral video game facts, subbies. The game Sonic the Hedgehog has inspired a gene in the human body called SHH, Sonic Hedgehog. It is responsible for ensuring all your limbs and organs grow where they're supposed to. In Pokemon Red and Blue, the three renowned birds, Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres, actually mean 1, 2, 3 in Spanish. Articuno, Zapdos, Moltres are spelled in Spanish. So everybody thought the video games are actually useless. Here's the answer. Studies that indicate that surgeons who regularly play video games make 37% fewer mistakes and operate 27% faster than their peers. Hopefully they're not playing video games while operating. Not the time to multitask. All you people out there who have been often ridiculed for playing too many video games, now it's time to answer all your critics. Studies have found that playing video games train the person to swiftly take the correct decisions. Video games are often found to be better in multitasking, driving, and navigating around the streets. If you ever pitied Rockstar's GTA for getting all the negative reviews, you can save your pity, because Rockstar Games paid to get negative press for its GTA series. The highly successful FPS GoldenEye 007 was developed by a team who had never previously worked for any video games. 8 of 10 of its developers were totally inexperienced in the art of making video games. Steve Wozniak, Apple co-founder, favorite game was Tetris. So much that in 1900s he submitted his high scores to Nintendo Power so many times that they refused to print his scores. So he started sending them under another name, Evitz Kinzel. That is the reverse of his name. A man created a perfect city called Mangzati using SimCity 3000. The city boasts of game's maximum population of 6 million with no crime and pollution. You can check out its YouTube link here. It took him 3 years to complete this. Tayoto's arcade game Space Invaders was so successful in Japan that rumors have it that it caused a shortage of 100 yen coins. Donkey Kong got the name because Miyamoto thought donkey meant stupid in English. Gold farming has been notoriously popular in developing countries. Chinese prisoners clock out 12-hour shifts to make out money for Chinese prison. It was estimated that there was 100,000 full-time gold farmers in China at a point. Blizzard was awarded $88 million in a judgment passed against a woman who operated her own WoW servers to sell WoW items. StarCraft is so famous in South Korea that the top gamers receive huge salary and prizes to play games at various competitions. StarCraft is also the first game to be played in space. Daniel Barry took a copy of the game with him on Space Shuttle mission STS-96 in 1999. Guitar Hero Aerosmith has made more money for Aerosmith Band than the sale of any of their previous albums. Final Fantasy VII was supposed to be exclusively released for Nintendo 64, but it proved to be too big to fit the entire game in N64. It might have needed 11 to 15 cartridges. Eventually it was ported on PlayStation format. Dragon Quest is so popular in Japan that it's unlawful to release the game on weekdays because that resulted in children bunking their schools and adults taking sickies to ditch work to play it. Satoshi Tihari, the creator of Pokemon, got the idea for a super successful game after collecting caterpillars as a child and watching them change into butterflies. Xbox was originally named as DirectX Box. as a reference to Microsoft's graphics API DirectX. Shigeru Miyamoto, the creator of Super Mario Bros. And Donkey Kong, is not allowed to bike to work because his safety is too important to Nintendo. During the production of GoldenEye 007, developers considered having players unplug and reinsert the Nintendo 64 Rumble Pack every time they wanted to reload their weapon. The Nintendo character Kirby was named after John Kirby, the legal counsel for Nintendo who helped them win their lawsuit with Universal Studios in 1982. John Kirby was gifted a sailboat christened the Donkey Kong and given exclusive rights to name any boat he owned Donkey Kong. Ghostbusters, the video game 2009, has voice acting from all 4 of the original cast members: Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, Harry Ramis, Ernie Hudson, who helped write the script as well. Aykroyd considers it essentially the 3rd movie. Many American public libraries carry video games as an attempt to lure teenagers into a library. The result is more teenagers coming into the library, and books are being checked out at a rate that exceeds what it would have before the gamers arrived. In 2005, a glitch in World of Warcraft allowed a plague to spread in the game, leading non-infected players to abandon cities, while those infected were forced into quarantines. It was later studied by epidemiologists to see how real-life people would react to a pandemic. Nonami has a sense of humor dealing with Nintendo piracy. If Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 senses it isn't an authentic copy, the game silently reduces the damage the player deals out, doubles the damage they take, and makes Shredder immortal. The creators of Pac-Man did not know how the game ended, as it was designed to run indefinitely. It was only when Bill Mitchell finished the game after all its internal storage ran out that they saw how it ended. Every time Pac-Man eats a regular dot, he stops moving for 1 frame, 1/60th of a second, slowing his progress by roughly 10%, just enough for the following ghost to overtake him. PETA had a problem with the whaling segment of Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Ubisoft dismissed it, saying they did not condone whaling any more than they condoned a pirate lifestyle. Alan Tudyk, Adam Baldwin, and Nathan Fillion all voiced Marines in Halo 3. Their characters were given personalities resembling the characters they played in Firefly. A red shirt guy, Ian Bates, stumped a panel of World of Warcraft developers during a Q&A at BlizzCon 2010 by asking them about an inconsistency in the lore. Later, an NPC was introduced into the game who wore a bright red shirt, who was named Wildhammer Fact Checker. Nintendo Power stopped accepting the many Tetris high scores submitted by Steve Wozniak, so he reversed his name, and Yvette's Kenzao was printed. Grand Theft Auto was originally a racing game called Race and Chase. However, a glitch made the police cars go crazy, ramming the player. The glitch was so popular with testers that they rebuilt the game around it, creating GTA. If you beat the game Twisted Metal 3 as a demon minion, he wishes to spend eternity in hell. In standard Twisted Metal fashion, the wish is turned against him and he is sent to Hell, Michigan. Henry Cavill almost missed the call for the role of Superman because he was playing World of Warcraft. A father made his son work his way to modernity by playing through a history of video games chronologically rather than letting him play whatever video game he wanted. The boy started with 1979 Galaxian, Half-Life, Metal Gear Solid, GoldenEye, Fallout, Banjo-Kazooie, Prey, which would not be released for another 9 years, and Duke Nukem Forever, which also would not be released for another 14 years, were all revealed at E3 1997 over the span of 3 days. Playing action video games trains people to make the right decisions faster without loss of accuracy. Video game players develop a heightened sensitivity to what's going on around them, which helps with multitasking, driving, keeping track of friends in a crowd, and navigating around town. Best Buy removed the fighting video game Primal Rage from its shelves after an Arizona woman complained that her 11-year-old son had faithfully portrayed one of the game's gorilla-like characters, Golden Shower Urination Fatality Moves. GoldenEye 007 for an N64 only had 9 developers on the team, and 8 of them had never worked on a video game before. A study surveying 5,000 children on video games and social habits came to a conclusion that those playing video games on a regular basis are more satisfied with their lives, are less prone to being hyperactive, have less emotional issues than those who don't play video games at all. Scientists in Berlin asked adults to play Super Mario 64 over a period of 2 months for 30 minutes a day. The group showed increase in gray matter, demonstrating the direct causal link between video gaming and a volumetric brain increase. NES games like Battletoads were made so hard because Nintendo was losing money on video game rentals. If they took a long time to beat, people would have to buy the games instead. The entire GoldenEye 007 game on the N64 is only 12 megabytes. With over 25 billion hours, 2.85 million years of total video game playtime, people have played Call of Duty for longer than the course of human existence. The popular video game Deus Ex, released in the year 2000, is missing the Twin Towers due to graphical limitations. The in-game expansion for this was that they were destroyed by a terrorist attack. The surface area of Minecraft's overworld on the PC version is approximately 9,258,235 times larger than that of Earth. People who play video games are more likely to be lucid dreamers, have control over their actions and dreams than those who don't. The multiplayer mode in GoldenEye was added last minute without knowledge of Rare and Nintendo. Game Boy was the first video game console to be played in space by Russian cosmonaut Alexander Serebrov. The game he played was Tetris. If you finish the incredible hard video game Ghosts and Goblin, you'll receive a message at the end, all was just an illusion, and you'll be forced to start at the very beginning of the game again. Only after playing through a second time you will see the real ending. The entire game of Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past is less than 1 megabyte in size. Miyamoto believed donkey meant stupid in English and assumed the name Donkey Kong would convey the sense stupid ape to an American audience. When he suggested this name to Nintendo of America, he was laughed at, but the name stuck. Earthworm Jim was created as a result of the success of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The game was created as a satire platform video games at the time. For instance, Princess What's-Her-Name was a parody of how so many video games had thrown away female characters to be saved. Some political prisoners in China were forced to play World of Warcraft and other video games to gather virtual currency. Rockstar Games hired a private investigator to locate the remaining relatives of one of the members of the Scat Brothers in Utah in order to obtain license rights to the song Walk the Night for use in Grand Theft Auto 4. The Japanese version of Fallout 3 does not give players the option to detonate the megaton nuclear bomb. A World of Warcraft player has 36 accounts on 11 computers simultaneously and was rated by himself. The award for 10 consecutive kills with a shotgun in Halo 3 was titled Chinimania before it was changed to Open Season. Scientists have shown that playing Tetris can ease cravings for sex, drugs, and food. If Mario was a real person, he would have to run and swim 3.4 miles to complete Super Mario Bros. Angry Birds and Clash of Clans have helped rejuvenate Finland's economy after Nokia's downfall. After his mom died, Albert Ransom learned to code and built an indie game called Candy Swipe. 2 years later, a near-identical game called Candy Crush Saga was invented. The average age of a person who plays video games is 30. In the original Silent Hill video game, the fog covering the town was put in the game because of hardware limitations. Covering the town in fog meant that only the area surrounding the player at any given moment needed to be rendered. Activision, the company behind the Call of Duty series, runs an endowment dedicated to finding employment opportunities and jobs training for veterans. The Call of Duty endowment claims to have helped place over 25,000 vets in well-paying jobs since 2009. A man reached level 90 in World of Warcraft without ever leaving the starting zone, spending 173.5 days mining and picking herbs. In Assassin's Creed, every key character you assassinate was a real person, and the date and location of their deaths are accurate. There's a hiding spot in Pac-Man where you can sit still safely as long as you like. Thank you guys so much for watching this amazing video. I love learning new facts, especially about video games. It was a lot of fun sharing them with you. Make sure you hit the subscribe button down below and turn on the notification bell to be notified when new videos are uploaded. Until next time, subbies, sensational smiles go for miles. Be sure to subscribe and stay a while. See you in my next video, subbies. Bye!